Hello, and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranch. Today I will be giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for some select fights from UFC 272. I say select fights because we have the headliner of the prelims, Jalen Turner and Jamie Mullarkey, full of Malarkey. It's a bunch of Malarkey. And we have the opener to the main card and another main card fight. All on this, so we're calling them select fights. Okay, be sure to check out all the other prelim fights that I covered from UFC 272 that I did Monday and Tuesday. I do videos daily, Monday through Friday. I take my weekends off. Sometimes I will jump in on a watch along on Saturday. But definitely, I put out the content. I put my work in Monday through Friday. Occasionally I'm forced to take a day off because I do have a real job that takes priority over this. But anyway, let's get into this. I want to make sure my lens is clean because the other day I did one that was horrible because the lens was... I think that's good. Yeah, that should be alright. Should be alright. Okay. So, the headliner of the prelims, we have the lightweight fight between the tarantula Jalen Turner taking on a bunch of Malarkey, Jamie Mullarkey. Jalen Turner is the slight favorite here, -154, a professional record of 11-5. And his opponent, Jamie Mullarkey, fighting out of Australia, has a professional record of 14-4, plus 135 underdog. The total set at 1.5 rounds. Over is -155. You think it's going to go under that? Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. You'll get paid out plus 125 off that bet. So, let's talk about Jalen Turner first. Jalen Turner is 26 years old. Malarkey is 27, so no age discrepancy there. Tail of the tape, Jalen Turner has a 3-inch height advantage and a 1.5-inch reach advantage. So the height advantage is there, the reach advantage, doesn't really matter. Okay, Tarantula's coming off a win against Uros Medic. Rear naked choke, round 1. Very good win for him. I picked Medic, actually. Lost money on that one. Hey, good on ya. Before that, he beat Brock Weaver. Rear naked choke, round 2. Liking those rear naked chokes, are you, Jalen Turner? Prior to that, he beat Joshua Coulibaugh. Good. That's a good win. Ground and pound, round 2. But prior to that, he lost to Steamroller Matt Frivola by unanimous decision. So he's 4-1 in his last 5. Not horrible. He trains out of Carlson Gracie Riverside with Andre Ewell is also there. And another place he trains out of is RVCA, that is also in California. I'm not sure what the RVCA is. I don't know what it stands for. But Jalen Turner, pretty good. The tarantula, pretty good, looking pretty good as of recently in the UFC. His opponent, coming out of Australia, as I once said, trains out of Magnus Martial Arts. Not too familiar with that place. Jamie Mullarkey is a tough SOB. 14-4. He's coming off wins against Devontae Smith. Punches round 2. That Devontae Smith is on the early prelims. And before that, he beat Kama Worthy. What's his name? Dark Star or something, Kama Worthy. Ground and pound, 46 seconds of round 1. Very good look for Jay Mullarkey. But then he had a 2-fight poopy skid before that where he lost Faraz Zayam by unanimous decision, and Brad Riddell. In his UFC debut, Jay Mullarkey lost to Brad Riddell by unanimous decision. He prior to that, he was in Superfight MMA, where he was the lightweight champion. He won that belt over Edamar Teixeira by a, I don't know what that says. I don't know what I even wrote, but I think it's a rear naked choke round 2. Oh, no. Retirement round 2. That's what it says. Retirement round 2 for, that's how he won the championship in his Australian regional scene fight at Superfight MMA. So, we've got Jamie Mullarkey, slight underdog, and Jalen Turner, slight favorite, 1.5 favorite. Let's see what the cappers have to say in this pretty close fight here, okay? All right, starting this off, we've got it's your boy, eBay's, and he is saying Jalen Turner should get the decision. This is a very close fight, guys. I've been flip-flopping back and forth personally, and I will flip-flop with the cappers. I'll explain why. Then we've got what's going on, Bleed MMA. I like Bleed a lot. He's on the Malarkey side. Jumping back over here, we've got Fight Night Picks. They're split. Craig Allen is taking Jalen Turner, where the younger Allen brother, Matt, is taking Jamie Mullarkey. Interesting there. I like when they're in disagreement. Makes it for an interesting capper comparison. Then also another duo that are different in opinion. We have the Die Hard MMA podcast with its host Clint McLean. Clint is taking Jalen Turner. His guest this week was none other than Will Martin, the Scottish handicapper, legendary handicapper, one of the first handicappers out in the scene way back when. He's he's been around for, I think, in the beginning. He was doing this way back when, okay? But Will Martin is on the side of Jamie Mullarkey here. Clint did already place a bet on Jalen Turner, so take that for what it is. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4. For the tiebreaker. Who's going to win this tiebreaker between Jamie Mullarkey and Jalen Turner? Well, get out of here, Snarks. Get out of here, Snarks. Get. We got James Lynch, the interviewer extraordinaire, going on vacation next week, not doing any work, not interviewing not a nobody next week. He's not doing any work next week. But James Lynch is on Jalen Turner. He did interview him. Check out James Lynch. Link is in the description, and then from that page, from that link, you can see all the interviews he's done of all the fighters that are on this card. Very good information there from James Lynch. Always been a big fan. Matter of fact, today I just watched his Bryce Mitchell interview on Low Kick MMA. I think that's the channel. But anyway, there you have it. In this case, I have arguments for both sides, but when it comes right down to it, I think Jalen Turner, Tarantula, has the better all-around physical. He's got the slight height, 3-inch height, slight reach. I just think he's better wherever the fight goes. I hate to say it, but I'm not throwing shade on Jamie Mullarkey. I just think Jalen Turner is just a slightly better when it's striking, when it's on the ground with his BJJ. I told you about his rear naked chokes. He's been his last 2 fights, and before that, the ground and pound. Jamie Mullarkey, his last 2 fights, strikes. That one against Kama Worthy in 46 seconds, that's a good one. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Jalen Turner here. Go with the capper majority. When in doubt, just go with the capper majority. And I think he's going to probably get it done by decision, outstriking Mullarkey. And if it does go to the ground, I think he's going to have a little bit of control time, try to work in, maybe get that rear naked choke. You never know. But right now I'm going to keep it at decision. Maybe I might, if I see the weigh-ins and I see something like, you know, intimidation in the face-offs or a bad weight cut for me to the side, I could change my pick, or I could double down on Turner. But right now I'm going with Jalen Turner to beat Jamie Mullarkey and moving on. Next, we've got heavyweight fight between the polar bear from Moldova, Sergey Spivak, taking on the Prince of War, the former Dallas Cowboy, Greg Hardy. Sergey Spivak has a record of 13-3, almost a 2-1 favorite at -190. He comes in the younger opponent here at 27 years old. Greg Hardy's 33. Spivak is coming off a loss to Tom Aspinall, but Tom Aspinall, I think, is probably the best striker in the heavyweight division right now. And Sergey Spivak, so that's, you know, he got elbows to ground strikes in round 1 against Tom Aspinall, but that's, Tom Aspinall, I think, is contender-worthy heavyweight fighter. Prior to that, Spivak, he beat Lexi Olinek, unanimous decision, and Jared Van Dare, ground and pound, round 2. I checked out Sergey's Instagram just a little while ago. He is, because Tapology has him listed as training out of the Polar Bear gym or Polar Bear team. It's in Moldova. That's his team. But he's, as of like a week ago, he's posting pictures from Extreme Couture. So I'm pretty certain he's fighting out of Extreme Couture. Let's see other notable fights he has had. Let's just call off his last 5. Like I said, the loss to Tom Aspinall, win against Linux, win against Vandera. Then before that, he beat Carlos Felipe, majority decision, and then lost to Marcin Tybura. So he is 3-2 in his last 5. But prior to that, Marcin Tybura, I'd like to throw in that he did beat Tai Tuivasa, who everybody is high on right now. I understand a lot of the captains saying that's a different Tai Tuivasa. He's grown since then. Well, it's only 2019, so maybe, but how much really? Yeah, I suppose so. So his opponent, Greg Hardy, former football player from Dallas Cowboys. He's coming off 2 losses. Most recently, Tai Tuivasa. MMA math. Spivak beat him. Holland got beat by him. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know. MMA math does make a play in my head when I'm trying to pick a winner. You gotta consider it's a common opponent. Somebody did good against somebody did bad. I know it's all about the matchups and whatnot, but just keep that in mind. He also lost prior to that to Marcin Tybura, ground and pound round 2, but not a bad loss because Sergey Spivak lost to him. But Tybura didn't ground and pound him in round 2. He beat him by unanimous decision, so he went the distance with King Kong. Is it King Kong or something? I know he likes to do that hammer fist, ground and pound to hammer fist. Tybura does. I think it's the Tiber, Marcin Tybura. But anyway, prior to that, Greg Hardy is coming off 2 wins against people not in the UFC. He's got a win against Maurice Green, ground and pound round 2. The crochet was his crochet master or something. He is no longer in the UFC. And before that, he beat Jorgen De Castro, unanimous decision. Also, I don't believe he is no longer UFC. And prior to that, he lost to Alexander Volkov, not a horrible loss, by unanimous decision. Greg Hardy does, however, have the tail of the tape advantage, being 2 inches taller and having 2.5-inch reach advantage over Sergey Spivak, which is phenomenal because Sergey Spivak is a giant. I saw his Extreme Couture pictures from way back, like 2 or 3 years ago, standing next to Ngannou, and they're even Steven, maybe Spivak. Some of the pictures look like he was even bigger. But Greg Hardy, according to Tapology, is bigger than Spivak by 2 inches in height and reach. So I don't know. The thing is, Greg Hardy, I don't know where Tapology has him training out of American Top Team. But according to Instagram, pictures taken a day ago, that is not true. Fight Night Pick Brothers have him training at Sanford MMA. But according to Instagram, apparently not true, because he had a picture he posted yesterday, and in the background it said Carlson Gracie Academy, something combat, I don't know, but it said something about Carlson Gracie Academy. So who knows where he's training out of, but I know Sergey Spivak is at Extreme Couture. He's been there solid for a few years now. So let's see what the cappers have to say in this interesting heavyweight bout between Spivak and Greg Hardy, the Prince of War. So we'll start out with the favorite here in Sergey Spivak. Taking him, we've got Clint and Will, both on the side of Spivak from Die Hard MMA Podcast. Then we've got both the brothers from the Fight Night Picks, the Allens, Matt and Craig, taking Sergey Spivak. What's going on? Bleed is taking Sergey Spivak. It's your boy eBay's also taking Sergey Spivak by decision. And finally, the contrarian picker is James Lynch. James did not get to interview Hardy because Hardy's not doing any media before this fight. But James Lynch taking Hardy anyway by knockout. He simply said, to put it bluntly, I'm just not too impressed with Spivak. You know, I guess, I mean, he's beat, aside from Taitu Vasabak in 2019, he beat Jared Vandera, Alexei Olonik, an older one, and a Carlos Felipe by majority decision. That means one of the judges had it as a draw. So, I don't see a spot though where I'm pretty confident in Spivak to get the job done. I don't see how Hardy can maybe catch a flash knockout, and Spivak has been known to be knocked out too, I do believe. Yeah, Tom Aspinall took care of him. And I don't know. Something tells me Greg Hardy is more of like Bellator quality. And I'm not even, because Bellator, I like Bellator. I think their upper echelon of fighters over Bellator can beat a lot of the UFC guys. So I was saying I think Greg Hardy would do better at a lesser promotion, where Sergey Spivak is UFC quality. So I'm going to go with Spivak here to get the job done. Minus 190 seems about right to me. I like the athleticism of Hardy. He's an athlete, being that he went from professional football. But I think when it comes to being a better fighter, better ground attack, and the Instagram, Hardy has pictures of him doing karaoke, has a couple pictures of him in training, but Spivak, a lot of pictures of him training at Extreme Couture, and with quotes like, "Training is my life. You can only become better through hard work," and all this crap that the Moldovan polar bear is saying in his Instagram. Whereas you look at, I know you shouldn't use media as your research, but hey, if we want to find out the fighter's aspect, there's a lot of training pictures of Greg Hardy at the UFC Performance Center. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, I'm taking Spivak here. I think he's going to get it done. I'm not sure if he's going to put him out. I think it's going to probably go to a decision in definitely the judges are going to give unanimous decision to Sergey Spivak over Greg Harding. So, moving on. Next we have the welterweight fight between Trailblazer Kevin Holland and the Cowboy Alex Oliveira. Okay, Kevin Holland, huge 3-1 favorite, minus 330. That is a disrespectful slap in the face to Cowboy Oliveira at plus 270. But Holland 21-7, Oliveira double-digit losses, 22-11-1 as a professional. And there is a slight age thing going on at welterweight here. Kevin Holland not quite 30 yet. Oliveira over 30, edging toward the cusp of his I heard at 35, that's when the fighters, you know, the middler weight classes, not, you can heavyweight, you can go up into 40s, but welterweight, you start the decline after 35. That's just physical, you know, your cardio slows down. It's just facts of life. Facts of life, guys. So, Kevin Holland coming off that no contest to Kyle Dawkins, which he really should have lost, but there was an accidental headbutt, and it did rock Kevin Holland. But then Kyle Dawkins would have got the submission if the fight wasn't turned into a no contest due to that accidental headbutt. So, I mean, and Holland was like, we got to run this back. We got to run this back. Well, why didn't you? Instead, he's taking on Cowboy Alex Oliveira. And Kyle Dawkins fought, who did he fight just like a week or two? I don't know, it doesn't matter. But anyway, prior to that, he lost to Marvin Vettori in unanimous decision. And before that, he lost to Derek Brunson, unanimous decision. Finally, he got some wins prior to that against Ronaldo Souza, unanimous decision, and Charlie Ontiveros, where Ontiveros submitted by verbal submission. He got the verbal submission over Charlie Ontiveros. I think he slammed him on his neck and had like a neck injury, and he said he couldn't go on. That happened early. It happened not early, but within the first 2 minutes of round one, so it did happen pretty early. Kevin Holland trains out of Travis Luter BJJ. He's got a 4-inch height and 4.5-inch reach advantage over the Cowboy Alex Oliveira. Cowboy coming off a few losses himself. He lost to Nico Price, unanimous decision. Then he lost to, prior to that, he lost to Randy Brown by one arm rear naked choke in round one. One arm rear naked choke, round one. He lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov, guillotine, round one. Yeah, he sticks his neck out there and it's gonna get caught. You know, Kevin Holland will catch that shit. Better be careful. Prior to that, he beat Peter Sabata, unanimous decision, and he beat Max Griffin by split decision. So he's 3-2 in his last 5, training on the ATS team down in Brazil. He's got Alex Oliveira, I do believe, has mad amount of kids. I don't know. He's up. I'm sure he's past. I think he's past 5. Not sure he was up to 8, but he's got a lot of kids. Alex Oliveira does. So fighting until he can't fight anymore, just to put food on the table. It's how fighters do. Okay, let's see what the cappers have to say in this one-sided fight here. I mean, Kevin Holland's minus 330. You already know what's going to be happening here in anticipation. So, we've got fight night picks, brothers. Both of them, Matt and Craig Allen, taking Kevin Holland. We got James Lynch taking Kevin Holland. James Lynch did interview Kevin Holland. We got both the guys from Die Hard. That's Clint and Will Martin. Die Hard MMA Podcast, taking Kevin Holland. We got your boy, it's your boy, eBay's, taking Kevin Holland by decision. And finally, Bleed MMA. What's going on, bud? Bleed is also taking Kevin Holland, making this a full capper consensus. Nora's already in bed, it's late. But a full capper consensus, I'll do the dance. I haven't done it yet this show. Full capper consensus is, these are good luck pearls that I'm throwing your way to all the gamblers that have to prop this sucker out to make that plus money. But anyway, a full capper consensus is when all the handicappers pick one side, and in this case, everybody is taking Kevin Holland to beat Cowboy Oliveira. I mean, I would be a fool to take Alex Oliveira. I guess he could get a flash knockout, I suppose, but I think Kevin Holland's going to get this, take care, kind of give him a little bit of redemption to that no contest where he pretty much would have lost to Kyle Dawkins had it not been a no contest. And he's a decisionator. Cowboy's pretty kind of durable for being, 34, and so yeah, Kevin Holland does have that tail of the tape advantage and the slight age advantage. Yeah, I don't see where, if it goes to the ground, Kevin Holland's got good enough wrestling to stay standing. Kevin Holland can strike with Oliveira. So once again, if I do the Chedesno, I would give every category to Kevin Holland. Cardio, fight IQ. Well, fight IQ maybe give to Alex Oliveira because he does have that experience, 22-11-1, so he's seen it all. But I think at this point in their careers, Kevin Holland's the better fighter. So there you have it. To recap, time check. And oh, good, we're still got a couple minutes. But anyway, to recap, I have the tarantula Jalen Turner beating Jamie Mullarkey. This is my least confident pick of the three here, but I think Jalen Turner should get it done by decision in a very close, probably a split decision, and maybe Mullarkey might get round 2. But I think Jalen Turner is going to get round 1 and probably round 3. When it comes to the cardio, Jalen Turner, I would believe, has a little bit of an edge. Then I have Sergey Spivak beating Greg Hardy. I think Greg Hardy's only shot is to get that flash knockout. And coming off of those losses, Greg Hardy, his back is against the wall, but it doesn't matter. I think after this, he might get another fight because of the name recognition, because he was a Dallas Cowboy, he's a professional football player. He's riding that as long as he can. But MMA math, I know you guys hate to hear about the MMA math, but the Tai Tuivasa common opponent, Spivak beat him, Hardy lost to him. What else the common opponent was there? Marcin Tybura, Spivak went to decision. Hardy got knocked out by him. So just the MMA math by itself, Spivak should win. I like Spivak here with the experience to get the decision over Greg Hardy. I'll see you down in Bellator, buddy. Good looks. And finally, Kevin Holland. I got him winning a decision over Cowboy Alex Oliveira. I think Alex Oliveira is on the decline, getting toward that cusp of the prime. I don't see him getting better. I don't see him making a run throughout the rankings, up the rankings. If anything, he's probably going to go down the rankings. If he, I don't know how long he's got left in the UFC. What's he coming off of? He's coming off of 2 losses himself too, right? Yeah. Oh, he's 3 losses in a row. The UFC does not like to see 4 losses in a row. So Alex Oliveira also back against the wall. So that might give him a little bit of motivation. He doesn't want to be ousted out of the UFC, but he can still fight regional scenes. He can still fight lesser promotions to put food on the table for his many children. So there you have it. Gather the info, place those bets, cash those tickets. I really appreciate you guys watching me. Go ahead and hit that like button. Fill the comments with whoever you think is going to win these fights. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. Share my videos with your friends. You know, I got to try to promote a little better. Some people that talk to me outside, you know, they're like, you don't promote enough. You're not on Twitter enough. You're not on Instagram enough. You don't, you know, so I'm just not a big promoter type of guy. I just like to put out the content. It's fun for me. This shit is fun for me. I do this for fun. I'm not getting paid. But anyway, there you go. There's your picks. I'm gonna parlay Holland, Spivak, and Turner, all favorites. So it's not gonna be like last night where I took all underdogs. But this case, I'm taking all the favorites. So it'll be plus money. Not big plus money, but it'll be plus money nonetheless. And tomorrow I will break down Bryce Mitchell against Edson Barboza, and then we got Renato Moicano taking on RDA, and finally the main event between Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal. So that I will cover tomorrow, and then Friday I'll be back on with the live stream, and this time I should be able to do it until I'm done. No interruptions. So I expect to see all you loyal subscribers and fans on Friday. Oh, last night, Bout Better went on for the first time live, first time that I know of, showed his face. Not many people attended the live stream, but I was on there. I told him I was going to use his picks, but you know what, Bout Better? I will use them tomorrow for the main events and the upper main card fights. I couldn't get him in. You know, I wanted more of a breakdown rather than just off the cuff as you're drinking beers. So anyway, guys, tune in tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Good luck on your bets, and have a good night.